War. War never changes.
Since the dawn of humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything from God to justice to simple psychotic rage.
The Romans waged war to gather slaves and wealth. Spain built an empire from its lust for gold and territory. Hitler shaped a battered Germany into an economic superpower.
In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
But war never changes. In 2077, the storm of World War had come again. The reasons, as always, purely human ones.
Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource.
War was waged over the resources that could be acquired.
One who entered into the conflict expected victory. Everyone was optimistic. But as the hostilities escalated, optimism faded.
People awoke from the American dream.
And society began to collapse.
The entire world unraveled.
An armed conflict was the only way to preserve our rights.
Peace became a distant memory.
The Red Menace is at our doorstep. Democracy itself is under threat of annihilation.
After millennia of armed conflict,
the world awaited Armageddon.
The end of the world occurred pretty much as we had predicted. The spoils of war.
It was the inevitable result of the path humanity had chosen.
Too many humans, not enough space or resources to go around.
The destructive nature of man could sustain itself no longer.
When atomic fire consumed the Earth,
the world was plunged into an abyss of nuclear fire and
A
radiation.
great cleansing, an atomic spark struck by human hands, quickly raged out of control. Spears of nuclear fire rained from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. In 2 brief hours, most of the planet was reduced to cinder. The Earth was nearly wiped clean of life. Humanity was almost extinguished. A quiet darkness fell across the planet, lasting many years. Few survived the devastation. Some had been fortunate enough to reach safety.
Thousands were spared the horrors of the Holocaust by taking refuge in great underground vaults.
Imprisoned safely behind the large vault door, under a mountain of stone,
built to house the wealthy, the powerful, the influential, and those deemed necessary to their survival. Inside, resources and technology were stockpiled, a final defense against the coming Holocaust.
For when the fighting is stopped
when the great darkness
and
passed,
the fallout has settled,
and from the ashes of nuclear devastation, these vaults opened and their inhabitants emerged to begin their lives again.
But when they emerged, they had only the hell of the wastes to greet them.
With the past behind them and the present destroyed, they looked to the future.
Their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies.
A new civilization would struggle to arise.
For man had succeeded in destroying the world, but it was not, as some had predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of human history.
our way of life will endure, but not everyone will be saved.
But war never changes.